sure it's always fun when you go back to Orlando, close to your area, but you get to see him now after
Sorry, Gordo.
just beating him.
Yeah, it is always fun when I get to go back there and see all my family and friends. You know, the main focus right now is it's not a social trip. It's a big test and a huge game for us. We've put the beginning of the season behind us where we weren't very good. Dug ourselves a hole, but now we've done pretty well to respond in a good way, show good character to get out of the hole that we're in. But you know, we're by no means out of the woods. We're still not where we want to be in the standings, and this game is huge. It's a big game for us, and it's a big game for them. Sorry. Assuming that's not good for video. So yeah, it's a big game for us, and it's a big game for them. You know, I'm sure they're going to be fired up and ready to play us again so soon after they came up here in New York and didn't get a great result. So it's developing into a good little rivalry we have between them. You know, we haven't played them very much, but the games that we have played between each other have been heated. Certainly a lot of challenges flying in, a little bit of controversy last time we headed back down to Orlando and played them. So we know it's going to be a really hard game, but obviously we're ready to go down there and get our first points on the road.
Very important, I guess, to build a streak now, build on what you've been doing and play. It seems like you're playing a little bit easier now, letting things happen out there.
Yeah, well, once you string together a couple of good results, you always feel a little bit better about your team, and you always feel a little bit more confident. So that's important. The confidence is really important because when a team loses confidence, you know, you stop making your own luck. Everything starts to go against you. You don't get the calls you think you deserve, and then teams start scoring goals that you don't think you should concede. And so it's a mental thing. This team is really strong mentally. We've come out of a really, really tough situation that nobody expected us to be in, ourselves especially. But now, you know, we have to continue this run of results. It won't mean much if we can't put together a really good, you know, next couple of games, because this is where you get into the really, you know, tough part of the season where you start losing guys to injuries and call-ups and whatever you may lose guys to. So we need to be mentally strong and we need to be ready to go.
What was your reaction to adding a player with experience like you have in your center back to get, you know, a player like that at this stage?
Yeah, really positive. I thought it was necessary. It speaks highly of our front office staff that they can go and maneuver a move to get a player of Aurelian Collins' stature and importance. He's a proven winner in this league. He's still got a bunch of good years left in his legs. Obviously fell out of favor for whatever reason in Orlando, but you know, their loss is our gain, and that's how we look at it. So now our center back competition is even better. You know, I think obviously getting guys healthy was important. Making sure Ronald stays healthy is going to be important. Getting Gideon back is huge. And then knowing that we have Carl Ouimet, who's come in and done a good job, and also Chris Duval, who's come in and had a great performance against FC Dallas, who can play in the middle. That gives Jesse a lot of options and makes his job a little bit tougher. So these are going to be you know, big moments for us, and hopefully Aurelian can come in and not miss a beat with us and really contribute to, first of all, a win down in Orlando, but a very successful season.
You talk about Aurelian coming in. How do you think he'll be able to help not only on the field, but with a guy like Kyle Larin that's torched you guys in the past? He's practiced obviously a lot with him in the last 2 seasons in Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious, you know, that they were teammates, and so they practiced against each other almost every day for a year and a few months, and so he'll know him. He'll be very familiar with him. You know, if he does play, I don't think Jesse's made that decision yet, but, you know, he's good at he's just a good leader. He's a good player. He's won an MLS Cup, so his experience will be invaluable for us. I think sometimes the way we've defended has been really naive at times, and I think he's a guy that knows how to organize a back line and knows how to organize a midfield. And so, you know, not just having Ronald back there to do everything, to have another guy back there in Aurelian who can help out the younger guys, help out Sal Zizzo, who's kind of new to the right back position. Kamar Lawrence is a young guy. You know, that's going to be huge for us. And so anytime you can add proven veterans and very good players, you want to do that. And I think Aurelian's going to go a long way towards helping us be successful.
You've been in this league a long time. You've played against you know, Dallas and DC United, against former teams. What is that emotion like going back, especially for him so soon to go back in Orlando and play against his former team?
Yeah, I mean, certainly with it being his first game with us, going back to play your former team, I imagine emotions will be very high. I know what it's like, not this soon. You know, I guess my trade with New York, I played DC a few games later, so yeah, it was emotional, and you know, you feel like you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, and you feel like you have something to prove, and I'm sure Aurelien will feel like he has something to prove down there to that team and to that coaching staff and to all the fans that you know, he still has a lot left in the tank and plenty left to give. So I said it before, I'll say it again. You know, their loss is our gain. I think he's going to be a big boost for us, and I think he's going to help us win games.